Hello everyone! This is Millie Sakamaki back at it with another game today. Today, this game is made by Arcade Kitten, which is called Cemetery Mary. Arcade Kitten has also made It's Not Me, It's My Basement, I think that's what it's called, and then another one called Crow Scare, which I haven't played those two, but I definitely know about them because of other YouTubers, and I've watched them, and honestly, Arcade Kitten has made a lot of good games, and I found this one first on itch.io, however you want to say it, and I learned it was on Steam, so I downloaded it from Steam. Honestly, I can't wait to get into this. I actually love their games so far, because both of the games that they have created and I've watched were very interesting in story. So Cemetery Mary is, you're a girl that loves a cemetery, and one day your parents went missing. That's what I know about it, and that's basically all I know about it. But without further ado, let's start. This game contains themes and depictions of following, so stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs, alcohol and smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, and potentially loud noises. Discretion is advised. Click to continue. So, if you guys are not alright with all of this, then I would advise to leave at once. Now, let's begin. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their lifetime. And maybe it could have been prevented. If there wasn't a murderer in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they've called them, at least. It wasn't hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they are dead. I heard it's a ghost blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe in any of that. At least, not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone. Staying until it closed. Walking home by myself in the dark. Even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they are real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything. And that is to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target. But I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. So they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far. At least, not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Helen City, I think that's how you say it, to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave, but every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went, to make them feel better. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore. And when I did, I was always with someone, taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, I never thought that I or someone I knew would be a victim. Then that thing happened. To those two. And for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they had suddenly vanished. My bad. Woo. Good reading skills. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might have happened if I did. Oh. Your parents are safe. Huh? Oh. Here we are. The sounds really remind me of Undertale. I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. The light's on outside. Is Croven out there? I better go check. Oh. You're out here. Where's Aunt and Uncle? Croven, I finished dinner. Come inside. What are you doing out here? It's raining. Let's save. I just want to see what happens. It's like, so what are you doing out here? That sound effect made me laugh. I don't know why, because it probably sounded really weird. I can see that it's raining. I can see that it's raining, Mary. Okay. You're out here. Where is Uncle and Aunt and Uncle? Quit it, Mary. How many times do I have to tell you? They went to hell. Oh. Okay. I guess I didn't need to save there. Croven, I finished dinner. Come inside. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. Okay. All the food is cold. I know, I fell asleep after I made it, so I just wanted to take a seat in the living room, but it's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm trying to think of a voice for him, but I somehow hear that. Grayson, come here! Ah. Other than that, we didn't say much, and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Croven helped a little bit. After that, we went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him, like usual. Oh, he sat there. Okay. Normally after dinner, when Croven and I sit here together, we do something fun. We play a game on our phones together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still. Croven's been in a pretty bad mood since. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he's much in the mood to talk. What should I do? Okay, so yeah, we're gonna overwrite that. I'm sorry, but I really didn't want to save there, and I did anyway. What should I do? Let's attempt a conversation. Crow, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist's number, you know. Croven? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already. Can't I be better over it? Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? Thought you knew about this shit better than anyone. But here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy, smiley and shit. Can't you just stop trying to fucking talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life, and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine. Sorry. I think I ended up making Croven more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Croven angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. The room I had in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in my actual home. But I've stayed here so long, I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop, or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that's happened in my life. That's a mood. The last thing I definitely do a lot. But as of recent, I picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. The text message I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody, but instead... I texted the number back, and they responded to me. I've noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I am awake whenever you want to talk. Are my parents still alright? Yes. I am keeping a careful eye on them. How can I be so sure you even have them? What if you're just trying to prank me? Why would I do that? Because I'm hoping it's a prank. I'm sorry, it isn't a prank. I can promise that it's all real. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry, you don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Also, I've noticed that in the games, this thing is like something like this is always around. Like you can always see this in like one of the games. It's like a little crow plush or something. It's strange, but it's a cute little plush nonetheless. I love it. I kind of want one. Seriously, you freaked me out. I just want my parents back. Please, don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye. Huh, so we have like someone texting us saying our parents are alright. Apparently they have our number. They suggested that I get some rest. But how do they expect me to do that? I had never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep, I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up the next morning, Croven had already left for the day. But that wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad, after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. At the end of the trail, there's a fence. One with a slight gap in it. And past that fence, there's a little community.
Oh, I hate the yawns. But I just woke up like hours ago.
And I still haven't woken up apparently. It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood. So whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. And then, after the end of a short trip, you're in Blackwood. It's a city I grew up in, and I always really loved it. There's the library and the local stores, but my most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. It's got lots of trees to read under, and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum, too, though I've never been inside. Private mausoleum, you know? I don't know who it belongs to. Anyways,
Oh, okay, sorry. I had to slap myself.
I always try to leave flowers when I visit, at least every so often. And I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know? Not feel lonely.
Oh. You know, we're sweet. We're sweet.
And then, after having spent my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left. But I always make sure no one sees the way I come back home. Just in case, you know?
That's a good idea.
Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Croven is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone. Even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more comfortable surrounded by lots of people.
Blah, blah,
blah. Despite how things may seem, I always prefer to be around people anyways. That's one reason why I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there, even if you can't see them.
Oh. Look at us. Oh, that's so cute. We look so cute.
After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Croven's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today?
I'm gonna save right here. Let's go to the cafe.
I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain, but we've never had one in this town. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one, just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. But still, I could at least see what they had, right? When I got to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had already been around for a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different from usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee. And since I had a light breakfast anyways, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. A chocolate muffin.
Oh, girl, you know me. Because I would do the same. I would grab a chocolate muffin. If there were a muffin, if there was a muffin like that.
Because sweet foods are the best. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seemed as though everyone's seats were already taken, and I really didn't want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily, though, I was able to find an empty seat. A girl around my age.
She's around your age? I honestly... I saw a picture of her before, but honestly, I didn't think she was actually around our age. Oh, that's interesting.
A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. Seeing as this was the only seat left, I asked her, "Excuse me, may I sit here?" She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty seat. I tried to look apologetic as I said, "Thank you."
Save again. I don't want to bother her. She seems like she just doesn't want to be bothered. But at the same time, I gotta go back with these. So, let's see. I kind of want to try talking to her. To be honest, I kind of want to try talking to her.
Sorry, can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, sorry.
I don't want to annoy her to the point she leaves. But I kind of want to get to know more of her. Oh, I feel so mean.
Not now. I'm fine.
You have the most spectacular eyebrows. Stay silent. We're not gonna stay quiet. You know what? We're gonna do all the talkative things.
You have spectacular eyebrows. Thanks. So, you're interested in what I'm doing here? Well, yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused after all.
As focused as I can be. What's your name?
Me? I'm Mary.
Tyla. Is that how you say it? Twyla? Twyla? I think it's Twyla. Twyla.
Twyla. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm working on a report. A report? Like, for school?
No.
Have you noticed something odd going on in town recently? Something odd?
I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicions. Or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe.
Oh! Are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right?
Don't say it so loud.
But,
yes. How did you know?
Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed.
Really? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty... How did they die?
Oh, I don't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. Like, they didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least that's what I've been told.
Uh-huh. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff.
Oh? I can?
Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course.
Yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad. So if I can help, like, raise awareness or something, I mean, like, yeah, I'd like to help you.
Thanks. This'll really put me ahead. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I'll need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you, just in case.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Twyla and I exchanged phone numbers. After, she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside.
Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or order any food. I guess maybe she finished before I got there? I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though.
Yeah, it's very noisy there, and yet we were so scared to bother her. I mean, I guess bothering, and I guess she could, like, block out noise if she really wanted to, so I don't know.
After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner and yawned more than once as I got changed in pajamas. I plopped myself onto my bed and pulled out my phone, ready to continue the nightly conversation. You're there, right?
Of course I am.
I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something.
It's unlikely.
I know you won't tell where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them?
No.
Why not?
I don't know who could be seeing these messages.
Are you worried about being traced?
Possibly. I may even change phones from time to time just to be careful, but you'll know it's me.
I don't know if that should be comforting or not. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you?
But I stopped right mid-sentence. Okay.
How am I supposed to trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any info to go off of? Especially when I haven't even heard from my parents.
Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well.
I felt sick that night as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try doing something else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going back there. You saw how they were looking at me. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's better if I don't anymore.
Oh, what was that about? Huh. That's a pretty cute picture. What are we? Like, we probably are human. I suppose. Well, technically kind of not. I don't know if those are like details of like stockings or something, or like socks, or if we are like a puppet or like a robot. I don't know.
After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Croven's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any time now. Where should I go today?
Oh. I kind of want to go back to the cafe.
I was just there the other day. Maybe I should try somewhere else.
Oh. Okay, fine. How about we go to the cemetery? Since you love it so much. Even though I should have chosen that for last. Grayson!
I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. The cemetery is pretty much on the same block as my family's restaurant. Right next to it, in fact. All you have to do is cross the street. It's on the same side of the road. I think my parents chose this location because it's good for business. That's what Mom told me anyways. People are usually hungry after a funeral. Crying really takes a lot out of you after all.
It does. I always grow tired. Sometimes a little peckish, depending on if I ate or not. Grayson, come here! Don't mind him. He always whines like this whenever people are gone.
I was always glad to live there, because I really love visiting the cemetery. I like to walk down the rows and see who got flowers that day. Blah, 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 blah. That's what I do most days. Sometimes I'll pick my own flowers just to leave on graves that look like they've been forgotten about. I'm actually quite known for the cemetery. Some people have even begun to use a nickname for me, though I don't know how many of them even know what I look like.
Oh,
When I arrived at the cemetery gates, however, I was surprised to see Croven standing there with what looked like a new friend. Croven?
Mary? Did you follow me?
Huh? No, I didn't. You know I always come here.
Yeah, but that's usually not until later. Why are you here so early?
I mean, it's not as if I had anything better to do.
Well, do you have to be here right now? I'm kinda on a date.
Oh, this is a date?
I mean, it can be if you want it to be.
I'll think about it.
How was I supposed to know you were here? I'm not gonna be rude.
I want to ask, who's your friend?
This is Vasilis. I don't know how to say that. Vasilis? I met him at the arcade.
Yo.
Sorry, Mary, but can you please go? I really just don't have the energy for this right now.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I'll see you later.
Later.
See you some other life, Mary.
Croven, you're so mean!
I left Croven alone. I didn't want to interrupt his little date or whatever. I especially didn't want to make him more mad at me. However, I wasn't going to let him stop me from going in the cemetery. I continued on, past the gates, and stepped inside. It seemed emptier than usual. It didn't look like any funerals were being held today. Would it be mean of me to wish there was? Yeah, it probably would be. Forget I said anything like that. It was a really awful thing to say. When nighttime rolled around, I headed back home.
So nothing much happened except for that. Okay.
I slipped into my pajamas and headed to bed almost immediately. Of course, though, I couldn't sleep right away. I had someone I needed to talk to first.
I love our little nightgown. It's so cute.
Good evening, again.
Good evening.
May I ask you something?
You always do.
How did you know my name is Mary?
I've always known.
Huh?
I've always known what your name is.
Have we met before?
If we did, you probably wouldn't remember.
If? So we didn't meet?
Take the if as a maybe. We may have met before, but would it make any difference if you didn't remember me? It would be as if we were meeting for the first time.
That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. Any updates on my parents?
They are fine.
Will I ever see them again?
Yes, because I'm coming to get you too. I just need more time. Good night, Mary. That's creepy.
I went to sleep feeling pretty shaken that night. I tried not to think about it. I'm surprised I was able to get any sleep at all. I'm surprised I didn't have any nightmares either. Uncle Cross?
Yeah, Mary? Oh, he looks so precious! He looks precious. We look precious.
Uncle Cross, can I ask you a question?
Sure thing, kiddo. Shoot.
How'd you lose your eye?
Mary. Oh, Mary, that's not... It's fine, I don't mind. I'm trying to figure out voices. I lost my eye in war.
You were in war, Uncle Cross?
I was. I won't get into the specifics of it, but it was important to me that I protect my family in any way I could.
Do you miss it?
My eyeball?
Yeah.
You know something? Not as much as I thought I would. I think I would miss you a lot more. That's so sweet. Like, I don't care that I have a missing eye. I'd miss you guys way more than anything.
After I got out of bed, I made myself breakfast and I changed into my favorite outfit.
Let's go to the library this time.
I decided to go to the library. There's nothing quite like a good book.
I love libraries.
My favorite kind of books are mysteries. Not necessarily murder mysteries, but mysteries in general. In fact, I kind of prefer it when the mysteries don't involve anyone dying. There's a lot less tension there, you know? But maybe I'm just too soft.
I love murder mysteries. I love, like, anything that revolves around, like, horror or, like, murder and stuff. It's kind of just me, I guess.
I also quite enjoy manga.
Heck yes, manga. I actually have a manga collection started of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and I'm excited with that.
Especially the shoujo kind. I feel almost embarrassed to like them, but I find that they're cute and nice. And I like seeing characters fall in love.
Same, to be honest.
Yeah, a shoujo. I can't say it right, apparently. Maybe that's what I'll try to find at the library today. I stepped into the library and began to make my way over to my favorite spot. A tucked away corner in the library, right by a single window. Sometimes I spend an entire day in that corner just reading. I've even managed to finish entire books without leaving the library. I looked forward to doing something like that again today, but...
Oh, you look slightly familiar to me.
When I got to my favorite spot, I noticed the man was already sitting there. I was surprised because usually this library was pretty empty. But this man, he's familiar. I've met him before.
Oh, my apologies. Did I take your seat? Oh, it's you. Mary. Mary Anta? Yes?
Ah, that's right. I remember you. From the funeral, right?
Oh, so we know him from the funeral. That's sad, but, like, interesting, too. What the frick is that? What is that? That's so cute looking. I love it. Indeed. I can't figure out voices. Do you remember my name?
Reginald?
That's right. It's a pleasure to see you here. I was hoping I'd run into you again one day.
Oh?
I hope that doesn't come off weird. You were just such a pleasant person to be around. You really brought life into that funeral.
Oh, really? Thank you, I think.
So, what brings you to the library today?
Oh, well, I didn't really have plans. So I thought I'd just check out a book or something.
Likewise. What kind of book were you interested in checking out? Let's be honest.
I'm actually here to look for a shoujo manga.
A shoujo manga? What's that?
It's like... Do you know what a manga is?
I have an idea, but I can't say I've ever read one myself.
Well, it's like one of those... But it usually centers around the romance between the two main characters. And sometimes they're like friends or rivals. But I really like the comedy ones. Because you get cute jokes mixed into the romance. But sometimes the drama ones are really cute too. And they can get really intense. And, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining things.
No worries, I think you did a good job. Shoujo, sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check one out myself later. I'm trying to be more open to new things, after all.
Anyways, what are you here to read?
Me? I'm reading Manslaughter on the Disorient Locomotive.
Oh, I've been meaning to read that one too.
Do you want it then?
What? Oh, no, that's okay. Please, take your time. Just, if you wouldn't mind, would you tell me when you're done with it? You know, so I could maybe read it later? Or after?
I'm fine with that. Though I've already gotten pretty far in, and I don't think I'll be finished by today. You have a cell phone, yes? Would it be alright if I have your number? That way I can notify you as soon as I'm finished. And well, I'd like to try and be friends too, if that's alright.
Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course.
I feel like my Mary's voice is like changing, like in tone and stuff.
Reginald and I exchanged phone numbers. I was shocked he even remembered me, but I'd consider meeting him again a pleasant surprise, and one I really appreciated. After our exchange, I picked out a shoujo book from one of the shelves and began to read in one of the other spots in the library. I ended up liking it so much I looked for the other books and brought 2 or 3 home with me to read later. After I came home, had dinner, and cleaned the kitchen up, I began my usual nighttime routine. I got changed into my pajamas, brushed my teeth, sat on my bed, and texted whoever they are.
I also just noticed, like, the, anime-ish looking poster, so... Also the skull, that's quite interesting.
Hi, it's me again. Are you there?
Yes.
You're still not going to tell me anything, are you?
No.
Can I ask you something, even if you won't give me an honest answer anyways?
Okay.
Are you the Blackwood Butcher?
Would I tell you if I was? Are you afraid of their safety?
Of course, why wouldn't I be?
I see.
Should I be afraid for my own safety? Why do you have them?
I feel like this strings off to, like, different endings. But I'm gonna ask, why do you have them?
I wouldn't put it like that.
I wouldn't put it like that. I don't own them, after all. Even if they are in my keeping for now.
You're way too vague. Why'd you even contact me to begin with?
I thought you'd like to know about your parents. I'm only trying my best to keep you happy.
You think I'm happy?
Maybe not now, but you will be. I have to go now. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
He's so weird.
After another frustrating and unsettling night of text messages, I got under the covers and tried my best to sleep. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of difficulty trying. I don't remember exactly when, but eventually I was able to sleep, even if it not peacefully. Dad?
Yes, sweetheart? Yes? Is something wrong?
Mama told me that Uncle Ray died.
Did she now?
Are we going to go see him?
No. You don't need to worry about that.
I don't? But...
Listen, Mary. Normally when someone passes, you hold a funeral for them, right?
Yeah?
The thing about funerals, though, is that they are for people who are worth remembering.
Ooh.
That... So, they're not holding a funeral for Uncle Ray? Or he believes Uncle Ray was not worth throwing a funeral for, so he's not... he and Mary aren't going to attend? Is that what I'm getting out of that? Okay.
I woke up the next morning. I must have been pretty tired after the last few days. I dragged myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. Got changed into my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course, Croven was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he had sent me a message. To my surprise, there were other messages there as well from my new friends. Whose should I read first?
Oh, that's cute. We're gonna save. Again, because... I'm sorry, and you know what? I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear from you. I love your profile picture, though. It's so cute. Okay, we can't choose the unknown number, but you know what? Let's go with Twyla. I like her.
Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there. And there's some books I want to pick up for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll just call you up another time.
Oh, so we get to just look at them. Or anyway, let's look at Reginald. Good morning, Miss Mary Anta. Anta? I hope you're doing well today. You had asked about the book the other day, right? Well, I actually finished it quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like that place, though, right? You should come see me. Then, I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there 1:15 or so. Oh.
Then maybe after we can grab lunch or something together. I hope that doesn't come off weird. I just like some company for my lunch break. Call me back. Oh boy, so all of these are gonna be around noon, I suppose. Hey Mary, I'm sorry. I know I've been acting pretty nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollars yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today. Maybe at like 12:30? You should come and have lunch with me. My treat. And then I can like formally apologize or whatever. I was messaged by each of them. However, I think I'll only have time to meet up with one of them today. Where should I go today then? Oh, jeez. Okay, we're definitely gonna need to save. Yes, overwrite that save. Even though we have like plenty of save spaces. I don't care. We're gonna overwrite that because I didn't need to freaking save there. Let's see. Oh, we only have room for one, and I don't know if like the next day we can formally like talk to them. Like, I highly doubt it though. You know what? I really want to see what happens with Twyla and stuff. I kind of like Twyla, so we're gonna go to the cafe. Wait, did I just choose the wrong place? Frick, I did. No! No, 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 wait, load. Please, no. Yes, please. I meant to go to the library, because they're all mixed up. I thought about the cafe, and I thought it was like... So, Twyla... We're going to the library. I wanna... It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans, and that I'd have to meet with them some other time. Then, when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. When I got to the library to meet with Twyla, it was already a little past noon. I had texted her on the way there, but I still worried she might have already gone by the time I got there. I don't know why. She said she'd be there for research after all. And surely that takes a while. At least I'm pretty sure it would. There, look at her. She's so pretty. When I got to the library, I was able to find Twyla, who was coincidentally in my favorite spot of the library. Twyla? Oh, you made it. Sorry, I just got really invested in this book while waiting for you. Oh, what book is it? Celsius 232.7777. Okay. Sorry, let me just finish this last paragraph and then we can start. Okay. She's so pretty. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. I waited patiently for Twyla to finish, and once she did, I watched her place the book onto the wrong spot on the bookshelf and turn to face me. She's so cute. So, are you ready? I mean, yeah, I guess. What exactly are we doing here, though? Your reports are on the... Remembering what she told me, I whispered the next parts. It's about the butcher, right? Yes, and that's why we are here. This library's got some good books on the history of Blackwood. You don't understand why that's important, do you? I should. Should I? Anyways, we're here to look up stuff about other serial killers and Blackwood itself. Other killers? Yeah. Before I do much else, I want to make sure this isn't some sort of copycat killer. A copycat killer? What's that? Do I have to explain everything to you? Oh, no, sorry. A copycat crime is a crime that mimics another. A copycat killer is a killer who bases their murders off previous murders. It could be that they were inspired by a killer to commit the same crimes in similar fashion. And they could even be doing it as an homage to those who inspired them. Okay, I think I get it. So we're going to research similar crimes and potential killings that have happened in the Blackwood area in the past. Our library has got plenty of books on the subjects, and seemingly more useful stuff than the garbage I find online. Based on the statistics I've collected of the recent mysterious deaths, I'm going to research these other killers and see if their method of murder or victims are similar to what's been happening here. Oh, that makes sense. I'm hoping that if it is a copycat, it'll be easier to seek out and catch the real killer. I'm going to go look for books about Blackwood itself. You should go in the true crime section and pick out any books that have anything to do with serial killers. Report whatever you find back to me. Got it? Good. Okay. Twyla, wait! Twyla walked off into the library, leaving me to look for the books. Except she didn't tell me about any of the statistics she found, so I have no idea what it was I was supposed to be looking for. We'll know when we look. I tried just getting any books that mentioned killers in them. I wasn't sure if it mattered how old they were, or if the killer itself was ever even caught. Eventually, Twyla had sat down with a few books and began flipping through them. I kind of just kept bringing her new books and putting away books she asked me to. We ended up spending a long time there. I started getting tired, and she didn't want to admit it. But I could see Twyla was starting to get tired too. After a while, we decided just to call it a day. So, did you find anything useful? For the most part, not really, but there are a few books I'm gonna check out and bring home with me for further research. Oh, that's good, I think. It's better than nothing. Hey, thanks for helping me. It's probably would have taken me longer to find stuff without your help. Oh, yeah, of course, no problem. Hey, can I ask you something? It's nothing really that important, but why'd you choose this spot in the library? I'm sure that sounds so weird, but I'd love to know. You want to know that of all things? Well, I mean, I've been coming to this library for a really long time, and I've never seen anyone in this corner except for me. I just thought it'd be more private and quiet. Is this really an uncommon place to sit? Well, I mean, other than you, I've only seen one other person sit here. I saw him here the other day, actually. Who's that? Oh, he's just an acquaintance of mine I recently met again. His name is Reginald, and... Wait, hold up. Reginald Tetra? Oh, I mean, I don't know his last name, but... Long caramel hair, rectangle glasses, kinda has an accent if you listen carefully. Oh, yeah, that's him. Do you know him? Oh, I should be giving him an accent. Okay. Mary, you can't talk to Reginald. Huh? Why not? He's a suspect. He is? Everyone's a suspect, of course. But I really don't trust that guy. Why? I used to spend a lot of time here, you know. I even worked here for a time. And Reginald was always up to something, trying to hide the books he was reading. I never saw him check anything out. You watched him that closely? I watched him because he was weird. He always hid the covers of the books he's read. Rearranged the shelves when he was done, so you couldn't see what he was reading. And when I would confront him about it, he'd just smile and act as if he wasn't reading at all. I mean, just because someone seems weird doesn't mean that you should, you know. But I saw what he was reading, despite his attempts to hide it. And it's not good. I can't trust a suspicious guy like that, and neither should you.
I mean, if she's the one saying that, and that is kind of weird. trying to hide what you're reading. I mean, he told us he was reading, that disorientive, like, murder book. I don't remember. But yeah, he's trying to hide that. I don't know. I mean, there could be other reasons why he's hiding the fact that he's reading such things like that. I don't want to be on her bad side, but I feel like she is overacting a bit, because he may be weird, but maybe he's embarrassed to share. Like, we were embarrassed to share that we like manga, especially the, like, shoujo, but, like, we could have lied about that, but we told him the truth. I don't know. I'm gonna save, because I'm genuinely a little... I'll try and distance myself from him. He was pretty nice when I first met him, but if you really think that he's that bad, I'll try to limit time spent around him, I guess. Good, you should. But don't let your guard down around everyone else either. Anyone could be a killer, not just him. But keeping your space is a good idea. Then that means I could be a potential suspect. I mean, then again, I told you that my uncle and aunt died. Killed. And it was, like, not natural. So maybe you trust me because of that? But anyone could probably say that someone that they cared for died from that, by that way. I mean, we could potentially be the killer, and we don't even know it. I don't know. Thanks for warning me, I guess. I really don't want to stay away from Reginald, to be honest. I kind of like him. He's kind of fun. After that, Twyla and I had said our goodbyes. I don't know what she did after. I thought about what she said to me all day. Reginald's behavior seemed strange, but from the way she described it. But he has to have his reasons, right? And it's a bit extreme to accuse him of something so cruel. I took the bus home like usual and did all the normal nighttime things. Eating, washing up, whatever. And then it was back to my least favorite part of the day. Then choose something else. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about that thing you said the other night? I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me. That you just needed more time. Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? Who you really are. Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon, but you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best. Even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. You're messing with me. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to, but nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. The next morning, when I got up, Croven was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone. Not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast, Mars? Mares? I responded.
Not today. I'm not hungry. He responded with a simple okay, and after that I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus right there, all three of them texted me again. Croven said he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages, I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The Dine Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant? Bistro? I never know the right word for the places like this. We always had such silly names for it, since it was next to the cemetery. The restaurant in peace. Sometimes the diner. Even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 doors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes all in the same day. The top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms, a bathhouse, and even a small living space with a TV. So I can't stay away from Twyla and Reginald. Like, dude, they're cool. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. This is interesting. I like places like that where, like, you live basically at your workplace. Because it's very convenient, but at the same time, it can be a little difficult, too. One could get up there, but me and my parents, of course. No one could get up there but me and my parents, yeah. The upstairs is locked. You'd need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or two on the sidewalk, but no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and went and stood and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long. It was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows, the same way it had always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's specials board was in the same spot. But it felt so empty, so desolate, so abandoned. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom and Dad. There was always people, even if it just was one person was there. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the mornings. I'd see families come by for dinner, or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like... Oh. Let's save, because I don't know if we can look at these again.
My 13th birthday. Not to say I didn't enjoy my following birthdays or previous birthdays, but my 13th birthday was especially enjoyable. That was the day my parents got me a tarantula. What? That would be a scary gift for me. I had been begging them for months, and they finally gave in and let me get one. I always loved tarantulas, despite the way others often view them. I mean, they're cute in own ways, but that would have scared me. But I guess if you were begging for one, you would have known you were probably getting one at some point. Or maybe it was in spite of how people viewed them. But I always knew they were gentle, if you were nice to them. The way you should be. I picked the biggest and fuzziest one they would allow me to get. I named her Shelly. And I'd collect seashells to put in her enclosure. I even put cute little bows on the outside of it. I always wanted to show Shelly to others, but of course, they didn't like her as much as I did. I really loved Shelly, but she ended up getting sick. Really sick. None of the vets could even figure out what was wrong with her. Around sometime last year, she died. I was so miserable, I didn't even want to eat. But my mom knew my weaknesses. She began making all of my favorite foods for me, and it was hard being hungry and miserable at the same time. Even though it was just food, it helped me feel a lot better. Standing there, it's almost as if I could smell her still making it. And Dad would sit with me at the counter and make sure I got my fair share of dad puns for the day. I loved being able to sit with them and eat and just joke around. But now it was all covered in dust, and no one's here. Where should I go? I want to go to Mom and Dad's room. I decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much. I couldn't bring myself to. I stepped into my parents' room. The curtains were drawn open and warm light flooded into the room as the sun finally came out from behind the clouds today. I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the room, lingering in the air. Something was so neat, just as they had always kept things. You wouldn't even have guessed they were kidnapped. There were no signs of struggle or even any sort of mess at all. The bed was made and all their stuff was exactly where it should be. The one thing different was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been, and the fact that my parents weren't here. I sat on my parents' bed. It always was softer than mine. I remember sleeping here as a little girl, when I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes, and we would hang up a sign that said, "No boys allowed." It didn't take long for me to start crying. I missed my mom and dad. I never even got the chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them, it was my mom telling me that she'd hoped I would sleep well that night. And then the next day they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if I already saw them for the last time? I ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed. But I felt groggy, and I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs. It wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs I noticed. Someone was there. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they there? No one should have been able to get in. This place was locked up and no one should have... That's right. I unlocked it. Crap. I stood there, hoping they wouldn't see me. The way they were dressed, with baggy dark clothes, and their hood
up told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily heading back upstairs if need be, but as soon as I took a step back, they looked at me. I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. But wait! I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them, and even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could have kept up with. Anyways, panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed it anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in there when I wasn't supposed to be. I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell somebody about this. Who? Who do I call? Oh, call Reginald, he's close by. Call Twyla. Could it have been the killer? Call Croven, he's family, he'll know what to do. Call mysterious number. What was it? What were you doing? I don't know what that was. Let's see. I'm still trying to think, because technically Reginald is close by, and he has family, and I don't want to. We're saving again. I don't want to call the mysterious number. Twyla. I'm gonna do more with Twyla. I hurriedly called Twyla. It should have been the black. It could have been the Blackwood butcher that was in here. And if I don't want to go to the cops, she's the next best thing, right? I mean, if anyone could tell it was the butcher, she'd probably be able to. I hope. Come on, Twyla, pick up already. Twyla speaking. Twyla, I need you to get over here quick. What? Why? Where even are you? The diner, by the cemetery. You have to come quick. I think the butcher was here. What? Are you serious? Don't move and don't touch anything. I'm coming right here. I'm coming right now. It felt like I waited forever for Twyla to arrive. I stood in the diner alone, just standing there, waiting, possibly shaking. I couldn't remember it that well. I don't remember it that well, but I didn't move from the spot I stood in. She did tell me not to touch anything, after all. When she arrived, she didn't even give me a chance to say hi. She immediately started talking and came in holding some weird box. I told her that whoever it was probably long gone by now, but she said we were still going to look for clues. I complied, doing whatever she asked of me. We searched the building together, and I made sure I was always in the same room as Twyla, just in case. Unfortunately, we couldn't find anything that would point us to who it might have been. There were no stray hairs or torn fabrics. Twyla even dusted for fingerprints, but we could only find hers and my own. It was almost as if no one was here at all. But when we investigated my room, I noticed one of my plushes disappeared. It was one of my favorites, and I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed, so it couldn't have gone lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God, After searching for what felt like an eternity, we just gave up. There was nothing more we could do here. I felt bad, calling for Twyla's help just to wind up with nothing. I don't think there's anything anywhere else we can look. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I dragged you all the way here. I thought at the very least this could help in your investigation, but there's nothing really here. It's fine. It's not a total loss. Can you at least remember anything about the suspect? There goes my phone. Why is my phone going off? No. I didn't really get a good look at them. It could have been anyone.
Well, whatever. Whether they're the butcher or not, someone has a special interest in this place, and it's definitely worth looking into. Yeah. I'm definitely keeping an eye on this place. Maybe we can catch them next time they come back.
How do you plan to do that?
Don't worry about it. I have my ways. But you probably shouldn't come back. It might mess up the investigation.
Oh, alright. That's probably smart anyways. Thanks for helping me, Twyla.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't come back here and mess anything up, okay?
After a little while longer, Twyla left, leaving me standing alone there once again. I stepped outside as she drove off and locked the front doors behind me, wondering if that would be enough to stop whoever broke in from doing it again. I stayed in crowded areas the rest of the day, hoping that being around so many people would provide some sense of safety. The only time I was alone again was that day when I went back home that night. But I'm never truly alone then either, am I?
Yeah. This is coming to be an interesting game. My throat hurts.
Hello again.
Good evening.
Was that you in my diner today?
What do you mean?
Earlier today, I was in my diner or house, I guess. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face. And they ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you?
No.
I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way.
Sometimes lying will be necessary, but I am telling the truth now.
If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say.
That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions.
Why is that?
You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat.
Good night, Mary.
I don't really know what to say about this mysterious guy. I don't know if I should really trust him or not.
So much for getting a good night's rest. Good night's sleep.
Mary, are you still sleeping?
Mary. No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night.
A long night? You went to bed at 8:30.
I didn't sleep well.
Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any.
Do they have chocolate chips?
Of course, it's Sunday.
Okay, we'll be down soon. I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate.
That sounds so good right now. If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them.
Dad!
Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. Her parents look so great. They look so cool. Okay, so I see where we get our red hair from. And I get where Croven's family comes in. It's because of this dude.
I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad.
I was actually wondering what her parents looked like. Like, they didn't show her parents really much at all. At least, not to my knowledge.
There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter, drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom.
Of course, dear. So, do you have any plans today?
No, not really.
Aw, is Croven busy today?
I don't know, probably.
Well, we can always do something if you want.
We can?
Of course we can. Didn't you want to see that new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight?
Are you sure? Aren't you busy?
You know I'm never too busy for my little girl.
That sounds really fun, but what about Mom?
Are you really worrying about me?
I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father.
We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too.
I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something. No, something is weird here. But what? What's wrong?
It's way too empty in here.
No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so...
Oh. Utensils?
I mean, yeah, I don't have a fork right now, but there's definitely something else wrong here.
Wait, our father doesn't... Is that not what our father looks like? Or my... pancakes?
The pancakes are as delicious. I don't think Mom has either bad tasting pancakes or bad tasting anything here for that matter. So what's wrong? Frick!
Mom?
Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait. Mom. Mom can't talk. Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on?
Mary, are you okay? You okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I could make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna, go to the bathroom.
I hopped out my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom.
That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad? I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things, but... Huh? Mom? Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom?
Oh, that was bad.
What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I had been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have, even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved one. They are also sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. That's so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say that they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today, and I'm excited to see what they are like. Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their head to me as I came. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today, but I thought it might when I saw the clouds out this morning, so I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella, and no one was even bothering to keep her dry, so I covered her with my umbrella. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? No, at the very least I don't think so. Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Miss Bella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her?
Me?
Oh yes, I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay. Lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. Now, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think that way. Like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. If I may, how did she die? She was young, wasn't she? If I may, how did she die? Oh, it's... You don't have to... You do not have to. I'm sorry if it was too intrusive. She was sick, you see, for a very long time. She was in the hospital for a while. She always thought that she was going to get better. It always seemed that way, at least. In the end, well, things didn't go as we thought they would. I see. I'm very sorry that happened. It's alright. We tried our best. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where she's going to go? And who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now. Is she happy? Even if she's not. She's not alone. How can you say she's alone when everyone is here beside her? I know she can't really say much about it, but I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All the people here. She meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're all here to keep her company. I know lots of people like to think you're alone when you die, but I think it's hard to consider all this, being alone, you know? She's not alone when we're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. We're all together here, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yes, me too. I'm sorry if I've upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral, after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it has actually helped, a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then. Yes, thank you. Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name is Mary. Mary? Mary. Oh, hold on a moment. Do you mean to say you're Cemetery Mary? I see, my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well. It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered, and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and then steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral, so I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But to my surprise, someone was there waiting for me on the sidewalk. Twyla? What are you doing here? I saw you from behind the fence. You were at a funeral. Did another person die already? No. Well, yes, but not someone I know. Okay, then. Anyways, I'm glad I ran into you here. I was actually thinking of calling you, but you're already here, so... Oh, why? Do you need something? Yeah, there was something I wanted to check out. But you might be able to help me with it. Oh, sure, I'll help. Is this still about the, the butcher and stuff? Of course it is. What else would it be about? Ah, right. Sorry, that was silly of me to ask. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but I'll try. It's fine. You don't need to do much. You just need to stand there and ask for something. That won't be a problem for you, will it? I don't see how it would be. It seems easy enough to me. So where are we going? Follow me. It's only a few blocks down from here. How long? I followed Twyla down the sidewalk. We didn't really talk as we walked, but I enjoyed her company nonetheless. The sky remained cloudy and the sidewalk was full of puddles we tried to avoid, until eventually we ended up at where Twyla planned to be. today? It was a bookstore. One I sometimes pass by, but never really bothered to look inside. It didn't seem as cozy as comforting, or as comforting as the library. The library... A bookstore? Twyla, if you needed books, why didn't we just go to the library? It's much better... Hey, can you, like, shut up? Huh? What did I tell you earlier? Oh, right. You just need me to stand there and ask for something, right?
That's it. Besides, we're not here for books.
We're not?
No. But you don't need to worry about why we are here. I just need you to do this for me.
What are we doing again?
Let's just say I'm not allowed in this bookstore anymore. I mean, I'm planning on fixing that problem eventually. But I need to do this. I need to do this now.
But I need to do this now.
That's where you come in. You're gonna go in there and talk to the man at the desk. I need you to get him to look in the back somehow. Then once he does, signal back to me out here. I'll get what I need and then get out. Got it?
You're going to steal from them? Twyla, I don't know. I don't feel right about this.
Mary, it's for the investigation. Do you think I'd steal just for the fun of it? Or do you just want people to keep dying left and right?
I mean, no, of course not. But...
Well, sometimes you'll have to do bad things to be the good guy.
But...
We're talking about people's lives here. Do you really want to risk someone's life because you didn't want to lie for a few minutes? And that's where I'm going to end it off here for today. I need to eat something. I am very hungry. I didn't eat breakfast. And I think it's a good place to stop for now. So... I hope you guys really enjoyed this so far. I know I'm really enjoying this game. It's like really good, and I honestly was not expecting it to be a visual novel. I didn't read too much into it. I just knew it was a game made by Arcade Kitten, and their games, I don't know what their gender is or what they want to go by, but I know their games are pretty interesting. Like, the crow scare. Anyway, honestly, it's really good. This game is really good so far, and it has an interesting story, and a lot of things I really want to go back on. I hope to finish this soon. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. Probably I don't know how long it'll take, but whatever it may be. I hope you all enjoyed this, and so subscribe to join. Yeah. I'll see you all next time. Peace out, everyone.